To understand this concept, you would have had to have a similar experience happen to you over and over and over again. You would have had to go through the same emotions and similar challenges repeatedly. And only then will you really get what I'm about to say here. And if this doesn't apply to you, maybe click off the video because this one may not be for you. Maybe you've been noticing that you're in the same loop. Maybe you've been noticing same habits every day. You talk to the same people, similar conversations. Maybe you're experiencing heartache over and over in relationships. Or maybe in your financial life, you keep creating that little upwards trend and then all of a sudden it crashes back down. Maybe you've had it where in spirituality, you have a moment of enlightenment and presence and just this beautiful experience, and then the next day you're back to square one and you feel like you're not present anymore and you're overthinking everything and you can't seem to really connect here and now. What is going on? Why is this happening to me, right? What is this? What's up? What's going on right here? Well, life gives you the same experience over and over and over again until you get it. Now, what does that mean? What does get it even mean? And why does this keep happening? Look, there's a lesson to be learned. From every experience, you can ask yourself, what is the lesson here? From every situation, there's something to learn. But most people ignore that and medicate themselves to feel better. They play video games, they watch movies, they take drugs, right? On the extreme end. Not because they want to have fun, but because they want to escape themselves. It's okay to do certain things just to relax, but if you're doing it so that you don't really have to be present or really feel what you're feeling, you're avoiding the lesson. And that keeps you stuck in the loop, in the spiral, in eternal misery, really, because although you might feel good temporarily from the dopamine releases from these different activities, long term, it's frustrating. And it's a deep, dark depression. It's a hole that's very difficult to climb out of. I can testify to that myself because I struggled very, very hard with this. Depression, anxiety, just self-loathing, self-harm even, and just a very deep, deep, difficult period of my life. I was just running in circles. So the way you get out of this is very unpleasant, and it's like ripping off a band-aid, and it hurts, and it's just not a pleasant experience at all. Warning, fair warning here, okay? But if you've had enough, and you've looped for a while, and you're disgusted by this, and you want to get out, you gotta quit all of your coping mechanisms. Everything that you do to maintain and feel okay, cut it out. Very, very difficult, very, very, very painful, because then you get to see where you're really at. You gotta strip all of this away because then you get to see the truth. Okay, wow. When you're alone in a room, how do you feel? And it could be really, really intense, pain and just anxiety. It could be a feeling of loneliness. It could be just this lack and neediness to have something. But if you face up to that, now we have our first breakthrough. I want you to try this. Just spend 15 to 20 to 30 minutes, maybe at most, sitting by yourself, doing nothing. Not even meditating, just sitting there and watch your thoughts race, and you'll see there's all of this pent up energy if you're experiencing this. Now, what do? Okay, you look, you observe, you just watch it. Try not to judge it too much, just experience what's going on. Be there with it. And it'll give you some indicators. It'll show you, hey, look, the way I look, my relationships are bad, nobody likes me, I have anxiety, I don't know how to talk to people, like whatever it is for you, or I'm an addict to something and I feel this compulsion to go do it. Feel it. And ask yourself, what are the lessons that I need to learn to really move on from this? What are the experiences that I need to have to take the next step for me? And this is difficult and challenging, and it's definitely not for everyone. Most people will stay stuck. That's just the average human being in our society right now. You're not gonna have a breakthrough and a moment of clarity and this huge upward spiral after this. But if you're watching this video, chances are you're one of the few people that could actually really, really grow here. and you're open to it and you're ready. So take the time, look inside. This might be overwhelming, this might be challenging, maybe even listening to me talk about this gives you a headache. That's okay. That just means that this is gonna be a bit of a challenge for you. Once you're out, the reward, the payoff is incredible. Peace of mind, clarity, just fulfillment. So let's get there. Once you kind of observe for a little while and you really take in what's going on and you become aware of everything, and you've spent about 20 to 30 minutes, you start asking yourself, what do I need to learn, right? What are the lessons here? From the patterns that I've been playing out, what am I supposed to see? Oh, okay. Maybe it's I struggle with addiction and I haven't admitted it to myself. Maybe it is I have a deep insecurity about my looks and I need to come to terms with that and really start to love myself as I am instead of measuring myself up against society's image of how I'm supposed to be. Start looking, dig deeper, and you'll find if you really quiet and listen to your heart, it'll tell you, hey, it's okay. It's okay to feel like this. It's okay that you're struggling with this. Most people never do it again because they distract themselves so that they don't have to experience this because it's so heavy and dense. But this is you releasing that energy, learning the lessons, starting to understand the dynamics that are at play and the kind of thoughts and patterns that you go through that keep you stuck. And now as your awareness increases, you start to let go of some of it. You say, okay, I'm ready to move on. I'm done with this. I don't need to keep doing it. Maybe you even say, I'm sick of it. I've had enough. I don't want to be trapped in this anymore. I'm moving on. That's okay too. First, of course, accept it. Realize that it's there, have that awareness, but then it's okay to raise that energy and really push on through. Now, once you've done this once or twice or even 3 times or so, you start to notice, hey, I feel a little lighter. Some of that baggage is off. Maybe you're not as caught up in your old loops and patterns. Maybe you still do some of those old bad habits. That's okay. You're making progress. Slowly, step by step. Maybe you don't need to watch as much Netflix anymore. It doesn't mean you don't watch it at all. It's all right. You know? Doesn't matter. But the point is that you're slowly stepping out of the coping mechanisms. And now when you do things for fun, they're actually for fun. See, a lot of people say, oh, I go out drinking for fun. But it's really just a coping mechanism. Or, I play video games because they're fun, but it's really just a coping mechanism. Or I watch this show because I really like it and I'm really invested in the characters. Or you're just coping, right? Once you're out of coping, you still enjoy those things, but it's from a different perspective. It's from a different level. You probably don't do it as much. Maybe when you do, you really go deep for a while and then you kind of disengage from it entirely. People are different. But you really going through this and taking that time is the greatest service that you could really do yourself. Once you've taken a little bit of this and released it, you're going to feel a lot better. If you try it out, let me know in the comments below. See how you feel. Take 30 minutes or so, maybe rewatch this video. It's very heavy, very dense, very difficult if you're going through it. So you might have to try a little bit, a few times over and over to really get the hang of it. But take that time, slow it down, go deep, try to ask yourself, what am I supposed to learn from this? What are the lessons? How can I move to the next level in my life? And that right there releases so much baggage that you'll feel like you've almost been born again. It just makes your life so much easier. And from that platform, it's a lot easier to go and achieve success than when you're caught in all these spirals and you're trying to force yourself to achieve something. I hope that you enjoyed the video. Make sure that you subscribe and turn on your notification bell so that you don't miss a single upload. And if you'd like to experience a real breakthrough and some massive progress in your life, sign up for coaching. It's in the bottom left of your screen right now. If you click on that, you'll go to my website and you can book a free consultation to get us started.